Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Tabitha, the owner of Elegant Homes and Interiors. Come on in here and tell me hello, and tell me if you're watching this on replay. And if you're coming on here live or replay, let me know where you're coming from because I love seeing where everybody's from. Okay, today on Tuesday Talks for Tabitha, there's a few things that I want to talk about. One of the biggest things that I really want to talk about with you guys is, have you ever hired an interior designer? I'm kind of curious. Why I ask this, it's going to go right along with Tuesday Talks with Tabitha, is because I ask, have you ever had anybody professionally in your home to give you advice about colors, furniture placement, basically portraits? Does anybody come in and help you do that? Let me know below. I'm really, really curious how many of you guys that are on this page that have had any help professionally. Hello, Tracy. Good afternoon. Because I'm going to tell you, I did an interior design consultation, and I've been doing lots of them lately. Some virtually, some in person, and I found one lady, I'm not going to say her name, but she told me that she was really, really shocked at the questions that I was asking her. So get on here and tell me hello, and we're going to talk about, sorry, there's lots of people texting me, but there's lots of things that I want you guys to know and what it looks like when you hire an interior designer. So the first thing is mainly most people know what rooms they want to design. Maybe it's a full house, maybe they're doing construction, or they're just wanting to spruce up their house or whatever it is. But mainly most people do know what they're wanting to do. So you call me and this is how it works for me. You call me and we make up a time and I come to your house, or we do it virtually, kind of like this. And when you do that, then we come in and we look at the spaces. I cannot design a house or a space for you if I don't know what it looks like. Okay, what's already in the room, what's existing, all the things. So the first thing that I do is I come in, and whether I do it virtually or I do it in person, I come in and I look at the space. I'm looking at all the things that are in the space. I'm asking you tons of questions, guys. And if the person that you guys actually hire is not asking all these kind of questions, then you know that's a red flag, okay? So the first thing that I do is I look at it and I ask who lives in the house. Is the person married? If their spouse is not there, or their significant other is not there, I ask if they're married. Do they have pets? Do they have children? Do they have grandchildren? I'm asking all these questions because it's really easy to forget about who actually lives in the house for you guys, but it doesn't for us because we don't know what's going on in the house, what you're doing and what kind of things you're doing in the house. So this is so important to be able to answer all these questions. And if they're not asking these kind of questions, then you kind of have a red flag. Well, when I went to her house, she said the lady that was before me didn't work out very well. And she said, but she came in, basically took dimensions and took pictures and left and really didn't ask me any questions. And that's a real big red flag, because the thing is once we're asking these questions, it makes a huge difference if you have pets and children, and if you have a spouse, or you never entertain. All of these things I'm going to be asking you, and what do you like about the space and what don't you like about the space? These are really important questions to be asking. And you might be asking these things before we actually come or the professional comes. But these things are important because that'll depend on what products we put in your house, what we pick out. I'm not going to buy a white sofa for somebody that has pets that get on their sofa every day. There's lots of different options and things like that depending on who lives in the house and who actually, if they entertain, if they actually do cook. It's funny. I do a lot of kitchens, and a lot of ladies say, I don't even cook. I don't even cook. I just want it to look really nice. So those are really important things when we're picking out products for you and we're deciding what colors and what materials we're going to put in the space. So if you feel like they're over asking you that, there's usually typically a reason for that, okay? So that's one of the things that I really wanted to come on here today. If you're getting a virtual consultation with me, or I'm coming to your house, I'm going to be asking all these different things, like what's working for you, what's not working for you, what do you want to keep in the space, what don't you want to keep in the space, and that is so important. Now, I am going to tell you, when somebody designs your house, it is a lot of you get what you see. In other words, if you're hiring a designer or even a contractor or anybody, look them up. It's so important to look and see what their their spaces end up looking like and what their products look like, because You never know. Now, I'm going to say with an interior designer, I try to get what the customer wants and what they're wanting to achieve. But regardless of that, you're going to still get my style, and a little bit of me always comes out in the design. So really do your homework. Make sure when you're hiring a professional that you do that and that you get really what you're wanting. This particular lady hired an interior designer a few years back, and she just never really was very happy with the space. One of the things is, I'll be honest, she put really light carpeting in the house, and it really did not last very well. They have two big, large dogs that go in and out, and it really, just looked terrible now. So that's a really big thing. When you're wanting the best that you can get when you've got an interior designer or any professional coming to your house, really ask yourself what you're wanting to achieve in those spaces. I think it's super important. And if they're not asking these questions, it's a red flag. Now, you're going to get some of their design elements no matter what, but I want to say this. I think this is so important. It doesn't matter what is in style. It is what you're wanting in your home, because if it doesn't function and it's not pleasing to you, then we didn't do our job, okay? And I'm going to say that again. If it's not functioning, like for instance, if I bought a sofa for my husband, Jason, not me particularly, but for Jason, and it didn't recline, he would not be happy. That would not be happy. He would just not be happy. He would be like, okay, this is not working for me. I don't care how pretty it is. It's not working for me. So when we go in to do these are lots of things I ask. It's like, does your husband sit in a particular spot? Do you sit in a particular spot? Do you like leather? Do you like fabric? What kind of things fabrics and textiles do you like in your home? These are such important questions, guys, and you really need to be telling yourself and asking yourself that before she shows up, because I really think for you to be able to achieve the space that you're wanting, these are important questions, okay? Now, when it comes down to that, don't think that you have to go, because I know you're saying, I think you're thinking it on your head. You are thinking, okay, I've got to go with all white because that's what I see on Instagram. That's what I see in Pinterest. That's what I'm seeing everywhere. Or I'm just saying these out loud, but it's not true. When I'm designing a room, I really want at the end of the day that you to be happy with it for you, because it's really your house and your space. So don't feel like you have to be set on trends necessarily because it's an updated way. Anything can be updated for you in the end result of not being trendy. If that's what I'm trying to say. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I know a lot of you guys are wanting some interior design services, and a lot of you guys don't really know how to achieve that. So, I think when you're hiring a professional, if they're not doing these things, they're not coming in and asking you these questions, you might rethink working with them. That's just my thought. But okay, guys, I'm really excited. We have some really cool news that we're coming up with, and some new exciting things that we're going to do to work together. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you share and like this for anybody that's trying to renovate or update their house and things like that. I think this will be, particularly special session here talking about this Tuesday Talks with Tabitha, because I think that people have this weird thought that they don't even know what actually happens when an interior design does their first consultation. Another thing is make sure that they're taking pictures and they're actually designing the space for measurement. So those are some hints and helpful hints. I hope this is helpful for you guys if you're going to hire somebody. If it's not me particularly, then you would definitely want to go by these rules. Okay, guys, have a wonderful Tuesday. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.